welcome back. Prefacing this video, the reason why I'm talking quiet is because I have a ASMR channel called Cat Bailey ASMR. I think we just passed like 370,000 subscribers. But yeah, so this is kind of my side channel where I do ASMR still. If you're new here, I'm guessing some of you might be, because the title of this video is going to be something along the lines of range bag. If you're not new here and this reaches nobody new, then I don't need to explain myself. What's up, guys? Now that we're zen, I got a new scope. Check it out. We need to do a scope sounds video. So this is gonna be like a what's in my range bag ASMR video. Put this down. So I need to buy a duffel bag. I've been using this Everly Brock, however you say it, backpack for a little while, and it's just kind of not ideal for just unzipping one big compartment, pulling shit out. Like everything's subcategorized into little pockets, and I mean it'd be good if you were like mountain backpacking rather through the mountains. With like a lightweight kit, it'd be good to have. But for dragging it to the range, it kind of sucks. So let me go through it though. So currently, I have some knee pads with Apache hair on them. These are made by, what's the name of the company? Arc'teryx. I wore these during a Hailer Strategic course a couple years ago, and they were freaking dope. Big fan. So, any PRS shooters out there that need some good knee pads, genuinely, like you're not gonna find much better. Just go get them and thank me later. So those are dope. That's in my range bag. Just for shits and giggles, I don't really use them that much. And then I've got a stapler. For stapling up targets at 100. I need to get a different one. This one's stupid heavy for no reason. But it works, so I'll keep it until it breaks. But it's just like, it's like a good pound and a half, bro. And that is about all I have. Just kidding. So in this top part, I've got some scope cap things that I impulse purchased on Amazon. Basically, you just write your elevation adjustments at range. It's basically like a little mini dope card that goes inside your scope cap. Pretty cool. I haven't had a chance to stick these on anything yet, but I got some stuff written down on them. Out to 800. And then the most important kit in my range bag is my Kestrel. Long range, made easy. Kestrel. this thing's dope. Quick synopsis on the Kestrel. It's a ballistic calculator. So basically, when you have a scope and you're shooting like super long distances, you have to hold. Essentially, you're aiming higher, or your barrel's pointed higher, because the bullet, as it goes further and further, loses velocity. So if you just held it, straight, like 100-yard, if you're shooting a 100-yard target, by the time you get the bullet got to 1,000 yards, it'd be in the dirt. Like it'd be in the dirt at like 500 yards or whatever. So you basically aim higher. And this tells you where to adjust, where to hold in your scope. You can either dial it or just hold, but whatever reticle you have. So this makes making the adjustments or your holds a lot easier. Basically what it is it takes the wind, turn it on, this little fan here. It's a wind gauge, and you just you point it at your target, and then you point the back of it towards where the wind's blowing relative to the target. And say your target's at 12 o'clock straight in front of you, and the wind's blowing at 3 o'clock, you'd be off to the right, so you hold it that way. It gets like a minimum miles per hour on your wind, and a maximum and an average. And it calculates your windage and elevation for different ranges of targets. You have to put in like your velocity of the bullet you're shooting, and the scope you're using, and the caliber, all kinds of different information, and then it just spits out windage and elevation adjustments for you. It's really cool because like wind's gonna affect your bullet drift and temperature, and this little thing here, this little blue thing in there with the white tip takes the temperature and the humidity and all that stuff. So it calculates all that, and it spits out information. It's really cool. I have my 18-inch AR in here right now. So I think this is my 18-inch AR. Might not be. Let me see. That was my Creedmoor. For that 1,000 yards, it'd be 8.82 mils. And the wind for blowing from 230 at 2 miles an hour to 4 miles an hour would be 0.04 to 0.28 mils. Right. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So that's that. If you're into like long range shooting, or just like, I guess long range shooting, you wouldn't really like want this for like 250 yards ish, but like, you start getting out there like 1,000 yards and like 700, 800, whatever. Super handy, and it's super fun to like shoot a target at 100 yards or shoot steel and hear the ping, and then make your adjustments, or just holding the scope based on those numbers and hit a target first shot at like 700. It's pretty cool. Okay. Main compartment. This is what I'm talking about. I got just zippers everywhere. I don't like it. I have got some Peltor range guards. These are cheap, but they do the job. Battery powered. Yeah, they have a little dial on them. They're okay. I mean, like, I think they're like $50 or something. Take some AAA batteries. And you can get passive hearing through them. If you're having a conversation with somebody, you can hear what they're saying on the range. And then anything over a certain decimal point, like a gunshot, is muted, essentially. So it's basically a super cheap pair of Swordens or Peltors contacts. I've got contact 5s on my helmet right there. I kind of want to get a pair of Swordens though. They're just like $300, so maybe not right now, but someday. And then the second most important item in my range bag. This is a Armageddon. Basically it's just a waxed canvas bag that's full of sand. And you can fill it up or, empty it out to make it kind of your desired hardness. And you can use it like if your rifle is on a weird surface, you could put the stock there on it in the front, or you could if you're on a fixed surface with like a bipod on your stock, you could put it at the back of the stock towards your shoulder to prop the shoulder up, to where you're not having to hold the shoulder up. Basically just makes precision shooting easier. If you're into long range stuff, you gotta get one of these. What else do I have? I got some gloves. Pig gloves. These are pretty good for if you're doing AR stuff, like reloading a lot and doing fast stuff. Sometimes you can scrape your hands up, or if you're getting down on the dirt, these are nice to have. And then also taking off suppressors that are pretty hot. Nice to have some gloves. And then last but not least, and arguably the most important thing in here, is my makeshift IFAK. It's medical stuff. I got it's on an emergency bag too. I've got water purification tablets and a fishing line with a hook and lure and stuff like that. Just, what if kind of deal. Just nerdy stuff. I've got some Israeli bandages in here. Chest seals, a nose tube for breathing. Quick clot. Scissors. My tourniquet is on my what's it called? Waist kit. There's a word for it. It's like a belt with a holster and magazine pouches and stuff. It's on there. I don't know what's the word for that. I don't know. I need to put it in my range bag though, because that's more important than most of this stuff. If you get shot in the arm or something, or a leg, shot in the chest, you're kind of screwed. But tourniquet probably won't help you for that. We try not to do that though. I think that's it. So there's not a square inch left in this bag after all that has been pulled out. Oh, and what's it called? A poncho. And it's in Fleckdarn pattern, which is super meta, slept on camouflage from it's a German camo. But I really like Fleckdarn, especially in the southeast. It's arguably better than anything else. Just because the colors are more I guess green and mustard green versus multicam, which is desert-esque camo in a lot of ways. I don't know, summertime, lush green southeast, Fleckdarn's meta. It's even got blacks for the shadows, dark shadows. But this is just like to put on if it starts raining. Or if you just need it in a bad situation where you're like having a camp out for whatever reason at night. Just throw this on if it's raining and stay dry. And it's like super packable, so why not just have it in here? I say that. There's no room in this bag. So maybe it's not packable at all. So yeah, this is what the bag looks like. It's tiny. I need a big, like 60 liter double bag. I usually end up putting my pads in the front where the little clasp goes. It's kind of like this little mesh thing going around where you can store things. Like that. Pretty cool. And then I just put my staples. Or my staple gun in the water pocket on the side. My Kestrel's in this little top gun. Just separate from the main bag. So yeah, that is my range bag. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a like. Let me know if you want me to go through like a rundown on this thing for another video. Be kind of fun. It's a Night Force NX8, 4.5 by 32 by 50. It's going on my Creedmoor build. I have a 6.5 Creedmoor, like a long range PRS kind of gun. It's got a Bartlein MTU barrel, cut to 22 inches, suppressed with a Dead Man, Sandman, and a Foundation Centurion stock in Black Macorda with a Accutech bipod, Trigger Tech diamond trigger, and a Lone Peak Fusion action. It's pretty sick. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.